Get comfortable here. There we go. I think I got it. Good afternoon. How are you all today? Hi, little learners. How are you? I moved. Yes, I moved. I did move. That was about 27th of May. Yeah. So vlog, the vlogs are a mixture of. I think I was pretty much at the end of April. Oh my goodness. With some of the content, but I have been keeping up with June, so I need to get a little bit of May, and it really is not that much because we were so busy moving, packing still, so I didn't really do too much. But there's a little bit of significance in that. I've been um, somebody it's a video request, and I did vlog it, and it's a good thing I did because somebody asked the question, so I need to get that little bit up. But yeah, do I like the new space? Oh yes, I love it. I love it. One day soon, I will share. Um, my, I will share the room. I have not shared the room yet. Just a little sneak peek because I know you all are going to see it. Me sitting here, unless I just go in the other room. But yeah, so setup is completely different, and the kids love it. But all right, I'm gonna try to hold on for a minute to see who else joins.
Mom, next time we go to Walter's Main, I'm gonna be there to get candy or chips. We wanna get a fidget spinner, so we won't have to go to Target and
Okay,
get one.
we'll see. Thank you for informing me. Have I started playing? Yes, I have, which is why I have a lot going on. I have a lot going on. A lot of plans, not just for the school year, but I'm taking on two new jobs, and one of them is new to me, but one of them is not. And I just decided this is something I've been praying on, and I'm going to go ahead and do it. The other one is just last year happened. We had a lot going on, and I could not. It's the time. There's a lot of time involved, and I kind of talked about this the last, maybe the last chat or the chat before. I kind of sit here with you all like 4 hours each week, and that 4 hours is my time. So I'm not getting really time for myself, and I'm fine with that because is it's a help to me as well to be able to communicate with you all and just kind of see who I can reach and with the content and stuff. but it's time consuming, and so is this other venture. It's time consuming, and with all the things going on, I just could not find the time to even start it. So we kind of talked about it as a family, and I know I'm going to have help, but I have to drop the ball. So we kind of left that last weekend, and I think this weekend we'll probably pick it up. And now that I've looked at what I wanted, I just have to get it started and just sit down and put in at least a good solid day. Yes.
I'm sick.
Oh no. What's the matter with you?
I'm sick.
Oh, okay. You're sick.
Yeah.
But you're wild here. Go sit down. Go drink some water. You probably just hot. So, Layla, are you okay? Be careful going up the steps. In the middle of that, yes, I am planning, and I will share. Like I said, I'll share the room along with the what we're using, things that I threw in towards the middle of the year that I just did not share yet because there was no point to me. I just didn't want to share at that time. But, all is well, and so I will get that up sometime in the next couple of months. I'm relaunching my channel. My son says hi. Tell him I said hi. He said hi. So, yeah, it's just it's a lot of things going on. Work in progress. I'm a busybody. You guys cannot tell. That's just. But I do. I'm not one to just start things and not finish. I just am a busybody. So, and it's like I like to, I set up, a goal and take it on. Mm-mm. Yeah, a lot of prayer, a lot of meditating. 'Cause like I said, it's time. It's all time, and I have to mentally be prepared to take on new things and still maintain my current roles. Yeah, yeah. I've just been examining the past year and trying to realign some things. Um, just looking at things that worked, things that didn't work. And I want to say that they didn't work. It's just they worked for what we had to work with. So it was just last year was just a lot of distractions and interruptions, and we just kept pushing through. And I wouldn't say it was a total waste, but things have got to change because the kids were, I don't know, I don't want to say they got tired, but they're used to routine, especially when I had to start packing. It kind of threw everybody off, and they are used to, I want to work, I want to work, I want to do school. And I had to put them off for, that month and not really, uh, sit down. They were pretty much self teaching, but they were fine. They were fine with it. That's the reason why I set them up the way I do, so that if I can't physically sit there and, you know, um, help them with these lessons, that they're not going to miss anything. But then, the interaction with me was less, and that's what they wanted. So I need to get back to that point where we were, and with kids that are learning to read, that's a whole different ballgame because it kind of slows you down. You have to, the focus shifts on them. So, but I'm trying to do that, and because I know that's a big help to have everybody fluently reading. What do you have? What are you doing? Say hello.
Hello.
All right. Would you like to go have a seat, please?
Yes.
Thank you very much. All right. So he's taking off. It is now June, and I know many have ended their school year. Many have ended their first school year, and don't fret. Everybody's been there, and a lot of you are probably pulling out your hair at this point. There's probably a lot of tears from everybody. You're ready for a vacation, even if you have nowhere to go. You don't want to think about school. You left the room, you left the building, that type of thing. You just checked out. That's an honest feeling. It's an honest reaction because perhaps what you saw, what you researched, and what you walked into, signed up for, became a nightmare. Again, that's an honest reaction. A lot of people probably feel less than compelled to share that because it may look like a failure on their part. And that's actually not true because everybody has that feeling when they first start. Can I keep up? Am I keeping up? Am I doing all I can? I don't think I am. I don't know what I'm doing. Everybody just feels that way. And every year it's a learning process. It's a growth process. Everybody, even now, 20 years later, 22 years later, I don't have all the answers. And the thing is, the children are all different. So even if I think I knew, I had everything together, they're different children. The times are different. Um, things like that. So it just kind of changes your perspective. For those that, like I said, just finished, or they may have two years down, and they're still in that phase. Usually, it takes about, I would say, about a good 3 years to kind of get um, to stabilize, especially if you come from public school. You spend a year trying to de-school the children and that type of thing. So, um, my question to you all is, have you ever thought about an advertisement, how an advertisement would look for a homeschool teacher? Little Learner says, yes, I agree. I have seen my son grow into a new understanding about school. Yes. And that happens as a parent as well because you just, if you have sent your child to public school or yourself, you've been to public school, you know what school is about. When you bring them home, you have a whole new understanding and a whole new appreciation for what that teacher does. And it's like, there is no way I don't see how a teacher can do this day in and day out, year after year, and they have a whole room full of kids, and here you are with one, two, maybe five or six, but still. And see, when that teacher has that feeling, that teacher can't walk out of that classroom and leave the child. That teacher has to stay there. So, yeah. So you ready to, like I said, school is out and you have left the building and you're looking for somebody to fill that position. What do you do now? You know, a lot of people have said, I think I need to put my child back in school because this is not what I signed up for. Like I said, that's the honest reaction. Or the child may be saying, I don't like this, I want to go to school. That's, that's honest. The learner said, I will go crazy. Yeah. So, but truthfully, the ad would probably read, and I'm reading off my notes, that's why I'm looking down. Something like this. Now accepting applications. Family seeking, fun loving, godly homeschool teacher. Applicant will be responsible for providing total educational development, daily and personal care for children of multiple ages. Applicant will assume the following roles: cook, housemaid, nurse, taxi driver, administrative assistant, accountant, athletic coach, social director, counselor, computer technician, household and auto repairman, gardener, barber, beautician, course instructor in multiple subject areas and grade levels, and various other responsibilities. Full-time positions, approximately 120 hours per week. Limited vacation, it's even better. Qualified candidates must be able to work under pressure, multitask, and prioritize workloads while maintaining a friendly, enthusiastic, godly attitude. Quick thinking, good memory, and extensive knowledge of varied subject matter are a must. Promising candidates will be resourceful, able to adjust easily to distractions, and display creative, hardworking leadership abilities. Hello, Pepper and Pine. How are you? She'll say hi, Hannah. Um, orga- Organizational and problem solving skills are a plus. Previous teaching experience and college degree preferred, but not required. If you are interested in working in a fast paced, ever changing environment, this is the position for you. For more information on this exciting opportunity to earn for, to earn
This was on the ceiling and then it jumped off the ceiling.
what is it? Okay, thank you.
It was on the ceiling in our room.
Fulfilling one of a kind rewards. Please apply in person. Sick leave is a bonus. Notice I didn't say anything about pay, monetary pay. So, after reading these qualifications, no wonder why so many parents walk away from this employment opportunity. Who can measure up to these standards? Praise God, because you can. a lot of people just don't really lay it all out, put it in perspective, and that's where they fall short. And like I said, it's not like it's bad. It's nothing bad. Let's see. Can anybody relate thus far before I continue? Child in their school. These comments now. Finish. All right. It's a calling. As you step out in faith and yield to your weaknesses, yield your weaknesses to God's strength. You not only get the job, you'll successfully homeschool and discover the fantastic benefits of teaching your children at home. Okay, coming from Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Like motherhood, in a way, if we outline the job description of motherhood, we might go extinct. Exactly. Excuse me. Exactly. Yeah, a lot of people would just abandon ship because motherhood is just so hard. We were having this conversation last night at midnight. It's just I'm at the point where I'm ready to I'm ready to check out. I know somebody is getting ready to shake their head or something, but no. Um, and that stance is given that more than half of my kids are grown or just about. Okay, so I had lined up uh, my my goals a while ago, um, according to that, because they would be all just about out of the house. I just, with the 8 year gap between sets of children, I've just now, uh, started over. But I'm not even in the beginning of that. I don't have that much longer to go in reality. But, yeah, I'm ready to sit down. I want a vacation. I think rightfully do. I'm not saying that no, I don't enjoy what I do. But, yeah, it's definitely a calling. But, for those of you that think that it's overwhelming, and pray this little prayer. Lord, homeschooling seems overwhelming, and there's so much to learn. Like the new person on the job, Teach me what I need to know to successfully homeschool with your wisdom, strength, and power. If you pray that prayer daily, and some of you, it may have to be multiple times, and you might not even get the whole prayer out because it's just so overwhelming. The point is, you have to pray through this. You have to pray through this journey because if not, every year you're going to be at the point where you want to post that ad, and that attitude will manifest into your role as a teacher, and that diminishes the quality of your abilities, and it also diminishes the quality of the children's education. Hello, ladies. Hello, Vicky. How are you? Nice of you to join us. And it's okay. Everybody is overwhelmed. Even though, we come on here and we may seem like everything is rosy and peaches and, you know, mm-mm, that's not the case. I share with you all the good, the bad, even on Instagram. I don't even, the other day, I shared the pile of papers. It was truly 7 o'clock that night, and I had this printer overfilling with stuff I had to, I had just printed out and stuff all over the table. The reality was, I was still sitting here at 7 o'clock. We finished about 6, but I was still sitting here. And then I just said to myself, you know what? Go home. Go home. I did my job. And what I was showing you all is, even though it was all over the place, there was multiple areas, that was progress right there because at least I got it out. And it didn't take me that long to clean off the table and organize. I had to file. There was stuff that needed to go in in my crate. I filed in the crate. So, um, and then I just pulled from there and put it in my binder to keep it like by the week. So, um, yeah, I got that far. And so, I give myself credit for at least getting that far. You have to give yourself credit for every little thing you do. Every little thing. That was a long ad, you know, a long listing, the qualifications. But when you think about it, look at all the things that you have to accomplish in that day. And what I heard last night was, I said this midnight conversation. I was wondering, was I fulfilling my role, not only as a mom but as a wife? Am I meeting your needs? That was the basis of the conversation, and the answer was, you do a lot, a whole lot. I want you to sit down. Okay. Um, and I thought about, okay, what about when the children are gone? What am I supposed to do? Because I did talk about that in the last chat. The plans and the goals I've set for myself. I don't intend to just sit around. Of course, I want to sit after everybody's gone and have my time, but I also want to enjoy myself at the same time. So that was pretty much the consensus. You are doing a whole lot right now to help me. I want you to sit down. If that's what you want to do, sit down and do nothing. And that I appreciate, and I have to, accept that I'm doing my job. thinking something we talked about. Yeah, back to last week's chat when I talked about, I think it was last week, the haves and the have-nots. I am going to next chat. There is another kind of a spin-off to that, and it's you can't have it both ways. Okay, we kind of got into some things, and it's a nice little conversation and nice feedback and things like that. But there's more to it than what was just said. And sometimes it's kind of hard in 2 hours to sum up, and that's not even my intention. I usually come on here with like an hour in mind, but of course we can go over that, and that's fine with me. So yeah, get into that, and there are some more things that I have already talked about, but there are more components. I just didn't go deep enough into what I was saying. Being that this is summertime and this is when everybody is making their decisions and finalizing curriculum choices and things like that. There's a lot that I want to weigh in on, and that I think that may be helpful for those of you that um, you know those of you that are seeking help, for those of you that are just wanting to hear others weigh in. I know many of you probably don't have, places to go and ask questions, or you may not have friends that are homeschooling, so no one can really relate. And this is a good place to kind of bring it all to the table and just toss some things around. And you all know, the way I do things is not, um, it's what works in our home. I'm not saying that this is what you should do. It just works. We just happen to have a lot of children and have dealt with a lot of different unique situations, and it's just experience that I have to go on. That's pretty much how I come. Um, like I said, I probably, had I not had faith, I probably would have been one to put in the ad um, several times over. But I have faith in what I'm doing, and I just give myself grace. Don't give up, but like I said, even if you get into homeschooling and you find out that it's just truly not for you, a lot of people, it's just truly not for.
Can you tie this?
Can I tie this? Oh, you're gonna make me turn around. Turn around. Oh, come on. Turn on. Yeah, I know a lot of people just get into homeschooling by default, and it works. But for whatever reason, many people just simply cannot. It's not conducive to their lifestyle. It's an adjustment. It's a big adjustment, and it's a lot of sacrifice, and a lot of people cannot balance that. And that's just a reality. Nobody possesses any type of superpower or ability. It just, if it's not your calling, it's not your calling. Nobody should should feel less of a person for having these feelings or having the feeling, I need to put my child back in school because I'm not meeting their needs. Go ahead and do it. Go, do online schooling and grow. Maybe come back to it in a couple of years. Do some more research and who knows? It may their homeschooling for a lot of us is seasonal. It truly is seasonal. People do it for various reasons, and you may just not be in that season in your family in your life. So, have I made any sense to anybody? Hmm. The same way that we have to pray and pray over our homeschool. The children also need to be held accountable for that. Um, Faith should be forefront, especially in homeschooling. What do you have?
Yeah, yeah. I believe, I believe
You want to say hello?
he breaks it open. Hello. He breaks it open with his tongue. Hello.
Go finish. You want to go finish? All right. Bye bye. See you later. Vicky says, I'm just trying to catch up. No problem. So yeah, things get hard for the little people, and you have to teach them that they need to pray through things. They get overwhelmed as well. And, just look at them throughout the day. If you're overwhelmed, then 9 times out of 10 they're overwhelmed.
Don't play out.
Not right now.
It's hot.
It's hot. You can go to your room. Thank you. See you guys. And so, just take it one step at a time. Sometimes you have to. That's where that creative ability comes in. You have to think outside of the box and realign school. Obviously,
It's down on the floor.
in the living room you can.
That's what I was about to say.
Come up with some alternative schooling for a little while. If what you're working with is just stressing you out, stressing the kids out, and you all are just going through the motions every day and not really meeting any goal other than just to say we homeschool. That should not be um, the only thing you can say about what it is you're doing. We homeschool. There has to be a purpose, and you have to be fulfilling that purpose. get involved with the children and do what they do. You know, one second, I gotta get the door. I'll talk to you in a minute. I was thinking about dinner. I have a pail today, but I'll work it out. All right. Let's see. Vicky said, thanks for taking time to share. Gotta go finish a few things up before hubby leaves for us. Maybe next time I'll catch you up. Well, thank you for joining. Yeah. So, shalom, Vicky. Um, hmm. If you all are fortunate to have friends at homeschool that you can turn to for support or neighbors, and that is awesome. That is awesome. It is rare. You know, I know co-ops are available, but not everybody, co-ops are not to your, may not be to your liking. You can also start your own co-op. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but I see it quite often, and go from there. And it may just be, a source of break time for mom, break time for the kids. But that's a good way to just kind of take a break, get some more insight, gather your bearings. My next door neighbor, in fact, uh, homeschools her children, or should I say, her children are homeschooled. They're not. She took them out of school and started homeschooling them, but currently they are living with her mother. Her mother does homeschool them, and they are part of co-op. So we've just kind of been talking in passing and things like that. But not really. She has four little ones that are 8 and 9 and 4 and 2. They use Tapestry of Grace. What is this?
It's a new one.
Why'd you bring it in here? Why did you?
Because you don't want to hear the new one.
Okay, did you finish cleaning the room? Because your dad is coming to tell me. Did he go in your room?
No, when we are cleaning it, my dad's going to clean up in the hall and the bathroom and your room.
I cleaned the bathroom already. Did you put? Uh-oh. I'm gonna leave that alone. He's telling me to clean up. So, um, that is one of my duties. They had been cleaning up, and I got up and cleaned up this morning, but I need to get some laundry done. We need to go to the store and yeah, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner today. So lots of stuff going on. I think I had something on my mind for dinner, but then I kind of forgot. I really need to go to the store. I need fresh produce and things like that because there are certain things that the kids can eat that we can't eat. So I don't want to make something carb filled if we can't even have it. So yeah, but hopefully, hopefully you all took something away from this, and you will share, share the chat, uh, you know, share the videos with friends, family that may not understand what you're doing. Sometimes showing somebody something from someone else makes a little more sense, if that makes sense. So I know we shouldn't have to explain ourselves, but that support, family support is good to have. But you know, you don't, if you don't present it, family is just critical. I'm just going to say that family is very critical, and family is the first opinions we seek and approval. Not saying that your family should run your home, but everyone always seeks family approval. But they would understand and be more supportive if perhaps they saw your vision through someone else. So that's basically what I'm saying. So share. And for those of you that are watching the video, comment and help out others. Let them know that yes, you were in this position where you wanted to fill out this ad, and if you're over it, how you got through it. If you're still going through it and you would like more support because someone may weigh in and help you out, even beyond what I've done. It's always good for everybody to kind of just share just what I tell you may not be the right fit, and somebody else may have done something else, and it kind of clicks. That's the thing about being here. The beauty of the homeschool community on YouTube. There's somebody for everybody. And there's so much information. Um, we can weed out, between good and bad, and use our discernment and try to find a balance, something that works for us and our family. So with that, I am going to say shalom, and I will see you all on Sunday, hopefully. And if not, it's just because I'm busy. I put off yesterday for today. You know, it's summertime, and I know a lot of families are not even homeschooling. So, a lot of moms are not even, they left the room. So even, information is not something on the forefront. So it's kind of hit or miss. But for those of you that are here. I do appreciate you coming in on the chats and participating. So until next time, shalom.